Elzeiny and I'm a senior at Saratoga High. Most people would consider me normal. Most people would consider that picture normal. But like much of any one of you, there is more to my story. I live with a father with paranoid schizophrenia, a diagnosis that has not been defined through Wikipedia, but through my experience for the past 8 years. My father believes in an imaginary plot, where good versus evil, and where he lies at the center of it all. But my father was not always like this. He was a genius. He skipped so many grades that he turned the tender age of 16, second semester of his senior year. He worked hard all his life, earned his PhD, became a nuclear engineer, and we were living life comfortably in Saratoga when it happened. The schizophrenia hit my father in his mid-40s, and as a result, he lost his job. From there, he was put on disability leave for what we thought was short-term, but ended up being indefinite. My family survives on Social Security and insurance. And later, I would end up getting 4 points correct for knowing the term Social Security. My friends would be infuriated over the injustice, and I would act indifferent. You don't know about Social Security? I knew because it was our lifeline. 66% of an income became a magic number that I know because my father once tried to integrate back into a new job, and it took a week before he relapsed. I traveled to Saratoga in a flurry of, no, I cannot pay for that, and no, my parents cannot volunteer here. See, while my father was home indefinitely, he was really gone. He was and still is heavily medicated, and while it helps, it does not solve the problem. And my mother, she spent much of her life trying to compensate. In fact, the entire family learned to live around it. We all learned danger words, and new ones are added regularly with each one of his episodes. Don't sing around him because he might think the lyrics are directed at him. Don't offer him food because he might become suspicious. Don't disturb his things or he might think the arrangement might hint at something bigger. But despite the impact on my life, I wipe off my hidden reality like dirt on the welcome mat when I walk through the front door. Every day when I walk outside of my house, I am a student from Saratoga High. I navigate the school like there is nothing wrong and no one has suspected otherwise. I sat in the same stands for Speak Up for Change, cheered for the same rallies, sat in the same classes, endured the same teachers. Honestly, I could be in your friend group. How can you know that a person like me is not? You can never be sure. I've kept so many secrets in my life for reasons I have not begun to unpack. But one thing is for certain. I do not live in a society that has encouraged me to do otherwise. Only weeks ago, my family learned that my father's condition was never a surprise. Turns out his own mother was hospitalized for the same reason, but no one breathed a word of it afterwards. Turns out my own uncle was hospitalized for the same reason, but no one breathed a word of it afterwards. Turns out mental health was always prominent in his family, but no one breathed a word of it afterwards. Now, I know not all of you guys have fathers who believe in the imaginary, but that isn't my point. It would not be a lie to say every one of you guys in here have a mask, whether it be dealing with depression, broken parental relationships, undiagnosed medical issues, testing or social anxiety, or anything else. I'm standing here to ask you to find a person Just one person. Do it at the very least because the cost of keeping your secret is that somebody else needs to keep theirs. Confide in just one person and know that that one person knows you on a wholesome level. I urge any of you to contact me through Facebook, because if you don't have someone to talk to, I want to be that person. And at the very least, sit in your classes after the rally tonight and today and look around you and know that the person you're looking at is not wholesome. Thank you.